So this is the very last topic, you'll be pleased to know, and it's the nitrogen cycle. This is a little bit more complicated than the carbon cycle, so you'll just have to watch this video quite a few times to make sure that you fully understand the process. So here we have an animal. Nitrogen in the animal is really important. It makes up proteins, so that pretty much makes up the animal. When the animal dies, the waste and animal parts go into the ground, and through death and excretion we produce proteins and urea. Decomposers, which are bacteria, work on the proteins and urea that are in the ground to produce ammonia. Bacteria then come along and turn the ammonia into nitrates. So I'll just go back to the start. Animals contain nitrogen in the form of proteins. Death and excretion from the animal produces proteins and urea. Decomposers turn the proteins and urea into ammonia. And then bacteria turn the ammonia into nitrates in the soil. The nitrates in the soil can be taken up by the roots of plants. And then plants are eaten by the animals. So the nitrogen has gone from proteins in the animal to the ground to proteins and urea to ammonia by decomposers to nitrates in the soil by bacteria. The nitrates have then been absorbed by the roots of plants and have gone back into the animal when the animal eats the plants. Then this section in the middle, we've got nitrates in the soil that were produced here can be broken down by these things called denitrifying bacteria. And these take nitrates from the soil and turn them into nitrogen, which just goes back into the air. Nitrogen in the air can be turned straight into nitrates in the soil by lightning. And this is called nitrogen fixing. The final step is that in the roots of the plants are these things called root nodules. And root nodules have bacteria in them which take the nitrogen in from the air and put them in the plant. So that's the full thing. You've got animals containing nitrogen. Death and excretion create proteins and urea. This then goes to ammonia via decomposers. Bacteria turn the ammonia into nitrates, which can then be broken down by bacteria to go back into the nitrogen in the air. Or the nitrogen in the air can be turned by lightning back into nitrates. And then nitrates in the soil can get absorbed by the plant, which then gets eaten by the animal. So I've gone through that really quickly. What you need to do is draw this out. Watch the video back, draw the whole thing out and just practice drawing it again and again until it will become like second nature, because you will have practiced it that many times. And then when you get